I feel like McCarthy was kept around just to be the scapegoat for next year, but that's a whole nother.
Oh no, I think you're right. I mean, because otherwise, why wouldn't you have just fired him? I mean, at the same time, it's hard to fire him. You just came off of 3 consecutive to 12-5 seasons.
Right. But the way they flamed out at the end, like I thought that was. I mean, it's like you said. Did I think they were going to win it all last year? No. But you won the division and you had a home playoff game to start, and then that's plenty of teams make the Super Bowl. We're like, yeah, it didn't seem like a team, you know. So.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the biggest problem with last year's just absolute crumble against Green Bay actually wasn't even necessarily McCarthy's fault. Like that fell solidly on Dan Quinn's defense.
Yeah.
Now, did Dak have his best game he's ever played? No, of course not. Yeah. But I can't pin that loss on Dak.
I mean, it was like the collectively worst first half I've ever seen by, the home team, the favorite, in a playoff game. It was like defense didn't show up, so then Dak was pressing. He throws 2 interceptions, and I'm just like, did you guys all go out last night? What happened here? So if I blame the coach for anything, it's not enforcing curfew. Otherwise, man, I don't know how you would coach something where like, hey, you guys have been good all year. I just need you to be good again. And they're like, I wasn't feeling that. Can you save that for the last game of the year versus the playoff game?
Well, I mean, they just realized that, the weather is perfect in Mexico that time of year. So they're just like, if we can get on this plane a little early, it'd be all right. Yeah, no, I mean, it was crazy. Obviously, he was pressing a little bit because the defense just wasn't on the field. But then at the same time, they put up points, right? If the defense got a stop ever, they could have won that game. I mean, it's not like they got shut out or anything.
Right. I do say this, though. Green Bay definitely took the foot off the gas in the fourth quarter, and that's like kind of when Dak staged his mini little comeback. It was too far gone by then. Green Bay was like, yeah, we're good. So, I don't know if I've ever seen that bad a defensive. I mean, it was like throwing underhanded to guys, and they were catching and looking, and like, you'd see guys wait for contact, turn around, and realize, oh,
there ain't no one there
coming.
Yeah,
I'm good.
That was probably the most wild part about it. Is you were watching the throw get to the receiver, and there wouldn't be a defender in the screen.
Right.
I mean, I get it. Say you're playing soft. Okay, well, the receiver's running to you, right? Because you're doing an umbrella, a blanket of sorts. And so they're coming to you. So it would make sense that maybe you're not on top of the guy, but you'd be in the screen, right? Over the top. I mean, it's like they were playing a zone, but their zone was like they were just standing there. They're like, this is my hash mark.
Right. Hey, can you move over there? No.
Yeah, right here. I got all of this white stripe right here.
Can you imagine the film study the next day? All right, so here catches it in. Scroll up. Yes, and here you are, wildly out of position.
I mean, you would have needed all 22 to be able to find where the defenders were, because those guys were 5 yards after catch before a guy would get into the screen.
Yep.
I mean, the fact that the score wasn't, some all Madden versus Europe League type of score was because Green Bay wasn't a great team. Right. They were good, right? Like they found their way into the playoffs. I can't hate on them, but it's not like they were a juggernaut. Imagine playing that kind of defense against Kansas City.
Yeah.
Or against,
Detroit,
the Bills or even the Dolphins. Right? Imagine Tyreek Hill, where you give him 20 yards of open field.
He gets the speed going, and you're like, yeah, I couldn't catch him. Yeah, we kind of figured that. Thank you.
Right? Shocker.
Yeah, that was just I mean, on the bright side, they did help Jordan Love get paid.